Hello there, people of YouTube land. Once again, it is I, the Zombie Messiah, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about another anime that is getting a live-action adaptation, and that, funny enough, is actually in my top 3 for anime, and it is number 3, which is Bleach. Now, for those of you at home who don't know what Bleach is, first, how long have you been on the internet? And secondly, Bleach is a shonen anime about a high school student called Ichigo Kurosaki, who ends up encountering this girl called Rukia Kuchiki, who turns out to be a Soul Reaper. Basically, for Soul Reapers, think the Grim Reaper if he was a samurai, and you've pretty much got the gist. And during a fight with a creature called a Hollow, she ends up in a weakened state, where she's unable to defeat the Hollow. But what she does instead is she transfers her powers over to Ichigo, so that he can defeat the Hollow and any other Hollows that appear until she is able to get the majority of her power back. It was such a good series back during the noughties that it was actually part of the top 3 for that decade. The top 3 in that case being Naruto, One Piece, and Bleach. And it's well known for having very, very over-the-top action. Like, seriously, it is some of the flashiest action you will ever see in an anime. And I do actually recommend it for anyone who is looking to try and get into anime. It was the second anime I actually watched. Yeah, it was the second anime that I watched in the history of ever. And it pretty much helped me to get an interest into the more action-oriented side of anime. Whereas previously with Rurouni Kenshi, I'd just gone into anime. But yeah, but I'm not going to be talking about the original anime in this video, because there are people out there that would be better qualified to talk about it. Besides, I haven't even finished watching the series yet, but I've seen enough of it to know that I like it. But anyway, we're going to be talking about the new live-action movie that was announced for it. Yay! Now, here's the thing. This film is being produced by Warner Brothers, but is being made by a company in the Japanese film industry. This can be both a good and a bad thing. This can be a good thing because it will be more culturally it'll be more culturally centered because of Bleach obviously being set in Japan, with characters having Japanese names and all the such. However, this could also be considered a bad thing because Japan's film industry doesn't really have as much of a budget when it comes to computer-generated imagery as Hollywood does, which has led to some blunders on their half already. Mostly with that, I'm talking about the two-part Attack on Titan movie, and the also 2-part Parasite movie. Both of those were series that would have required heavy CGI use. Attack on Titan because, just type in Attack on Titan and you'll see the Titans. And Parasite because of the parasites being able to manipulate parts of the human body. With Bleach, yeah, Bleach is a series that definitely would require IOCGI usage, mainly in the forms of hollows and, well, if the well, it depends on how far they're going. It could just be mainly hollows that they need it for. And also a Quincy, and also the light arrows of the Quincy. But yeah, as you can see, it would require some CGI. But we, but I did see a little preview, and it did show part of what a hollow will look like in the film. And what I have to say is, it's okay. Well, for one, they've stopped having their CGI look like PS2 graphics. It now looks like early PS3. So that's better. But, at, yeah, I guess it would be a case of I have to see more before I can make a definitive um point on how the CGI in this film holds up. I do have to say, I do like the look of Ichigo in the film, of the Ichigo that they have in the film. He does look. He looks very much. He looks very much the part of what he did in the first series, when he first started to become a Soul Reaper. However, all we've really seen of this film is just Ichigo and a Hollow's hand. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah, we haven't even heard anything about whether some of the side whether two of the side characters, Chad and Orihime, are going to be getting the extra powers that they had in the manga and anime, because they got these special abilities towards the end of the first series. Depending on how far into it this film goes, we might or we might not see them get these powers. Although also for Orihime's special power, they could probably get away with just using the same techniques as they use for the Mothra fairies, I suppose. Yeah. So far I haven't seen anything in terms of a release date yet, or anything to show that this might be like Attack on Titan, and it's one of two parts. But, well, there's two ways I can see them doing this film. One, they have it like they did with the Attack on Titan movie, where it's one movie, but it's split into multiple parts, which they also did with The Hobbit. The second way I can see it is like with the Rurouni Kenshin trilogy, where they got the storyline and they managed to condense it down in a way where it fit into one movie, but it still made sense as a story. That's the one that I'm kind of hoping that they do, because honestly, I'm just starting to get kind of tired of these multi-part films. Uh, um, yeah, and I would actually be interested in seeing how they could manage to condense the storyline for Bleach down, and where and how they're going to try and make it all make sense. But yeah, well, that's pretty much just gonna do it about the Bleach movie. I'm enthusiastic for it, but at the same time, I'm going to remain skeptical until I have seen anything that would that for me would define it as either good or bad. So yeah, if I see anything pop, if I well anything new that either I learn about this film, I am going to I'm gonna do videos for it on this on here. Now, before I go, there's just there's one thing that I want to talk about. Now, as you guys may have noticed, I'm kind of shitty when it comes to uploading, and usually this comes down to me well, having quite a lot of stuff to do. I do work. Well, I do have a job, and I am also, and I do also have other stuff that I have to do as well, because adult life, and so I'm not always going to have time to make edited videos. So what I'm thinking of doing instead is on days that I have a lot of time free, I will do edited videos, like let's plays or just whatever. For days that I don't have a lot of time, like say for example work days, what I'll do is I'll just upload something that doesn't really require that much effort to do, like say some silent gameplay, or I don't know, just probably another what's on my mind video, because that actually doesn't require a lot of editing. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Would you like me to have a more constant Would you like me to have a more constant upload schedule? But at the expense of a lot of it being quantity over quality, or would you prefer me to do less videos like I do now, but have them be edited and all that with all that stuff? But yeah, just leave it down in the comments below, and while you're down there, also be sure to leave a like, and if you haven't already, please do subscribe to the channel. It helps out a lot more than you think, and also it will allow you to see a whole lot more of my content. And you can also if you can even leave suggestions as to where you would like some of the content on my channel to go, that would be most appreciated. Thank you. But anyway, this has been the Zombie Messiah, signing out. Have a good one.
Raw mercenary camp.
Stick set in your hobo building.
Hostile Thrall mercenaries closing in. Enemy forces have engaged our sentry. Raw mercenary camp engaged.
Tick-tock, friends.